Hello, my friend. Chef Blondie here. First of all, I want to wish all of you a very, very Merry Christmas. And then I want to tell you, we have an emergency here at Serendipity Farmhouse Test Kitchen. I went into the pantry to find some salsa to go with my chips. Well, guess what? There was no salsa to be had. So here we are today. My sous chef and I, we're going to be making salsa. I looked in my freezer and I said, hey, we've got some of these frozen tomatoes from season 23. We're going to use those. So come along with us on this journey as we make salsa. Happy cooking. Oh my goodness. What do you do when you have an overabundance of tomatoes? Well, hubby and I, we just put them in our food saver bath and we freeze them and we make plans to use them. Okay, my friends, we have 6 pounds of, approximately 6 pounds of frozen tomatoes. So we peeled them, cored them, got them all chopped up, and they're over there in the red bowl. The water bath going with the jars, and the lids are in the back on the stove. And this is what we're going to be cooking the salsa in. We add approximately half a cup, 3.8 ounces of our homemade salsa mix. Then you're going to add about half a cup of distilled white vinegar. And we like to add some of our fresh garlic. Yeah, we ferment it to get it to last a little bit longer. All right, we ready? Watch me get it all over me as usual. No, good job, Blondie. Add approximately half a cup of distilled white vinegar, and then we're going to add our half a cup of Serendipity Farmhouse Test Kitchen salsa mix, and it is good, homegrown with all of our hot peppers. Give this a good stir. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Then we're going to get it cooking. It says 10 minutes, but I'm going to cook it a little bit longer because there was a lot of liquid in those tomatoes. We want it to cook down a little bit. All right, let's get it going. Okay. Here we go, Mr. Clyde. You're working today. Oh my, look at this beautiful salsa. It's cooking down and the smell is incredible. It's just that hot, spicy smell that I love so much. Oh, Miss Salsa, you're doing good. My sous chef, he is getting the jars out of the water bath. Because the salsa mix is ready to go into the hot jars. Okay, so we do six pints.
It's supposed to make 5.
Yeah, but we always...
Quite often we end up with enough for 6.
Yeah.
If we don't have enough for 6, whatever is left over, we put it in the refrigerator.
Yep.
And
eat it right away.
Yep.
And if I didn't have any homemade salsa, my grandkids would not be happy because they love their tacos. And so when we go over to have lunch with them sometimes, it's like, Granny, did you bring any homemade salsa? Right, and you want to fill them up to what, about a ½ inch from the rim?
Yeah, about there.
You need to make sure you clean the rims with vinegar just to make sure there's nothing there so you get a proper seal. Okay, here we go. We're going to put the sterilized lids on. So now you want to put the rings on, and you just want them finger tight. Don't put them on so tight because they'll burst. I guarantee it.
I can prove it and attest to it. I destroyed a whole load of okra one time, and I made quite a few enemies in the household and out of it.
So we learned a lesson. Just finger tight. All right, now it's time to get them processed. Get them into the hot water bath.
Make sure they're covered.
Yep. And they're going to be in here approximately 40 minutes. All right, they finished processing, so let's get them out. Let them cool. Okay. What's the last one?
Nope, one more.
One more? You know, and this, by using the frozen tomatoes, it was a little bit easier than, you know, when we would do them with the fresh tomatoes. But, you know, kind of the same. And you can also adapt this recipe to using canned tomatoes if you want, you know, I mean, so that you always have some homemade salsa. And I just, you know, in some ways it was a lot easier. It was less of a mess. That's when I say easier, less of a mess. And I'm all for less of a mess.
The first
one pin! Yay! Good job. All right. Thanks for being with us. Happy cooking.
Hi, Old Fuzz Face here. All the jars are processing right now. We've got 6 of them in there. We did all the proper things. You didn't see some of it because we're trying to keep this short. This entire idea of using frozen tomatoes for salsa, I'm sure other people do it. I'm sure I can find videos on it. But the whole idea started back in around September of 2023. The reason was we had such an overpowering abundance of tomatoes. They were coming in. We had, I think it was 8 or 10 varieties of tomatoes.
Yep.
And we just didn't know what to do with them. So we froze them.
Right.
But we said, someday we're going to use them, and how many tomatoes are in here? So what we did was we flash froze them, then used the food saver and vacuum sealed them, and then we weighed them. So in this case, 2 pounds and 10 ounces. So each of the different bags varied in weight and everything. So what we did before today was sit down and say, okay, we need about 6 pounds of tomatoes. And we pulled out the bags that would give us that number approximately. And as you see, we came up with 6 jars, which normally this recipe gives you 5, but we always like that 6th one. Another thing is we make our own, it's sort of a copycat type thing, but we've added to it our own recipe for salsa. And we put out a post about that last year, the year before. Yeah, last year, I think.
So you'll be able to link it.
So I'll be able to link it, and you'll be able to see it. Anyway, in September, we made this batch, but we decided not to use dried garlic for a number of reasons. The fresh garlic is part of that. So what we also did, and guess what I didn't pull out, but we showed it earlier, we fermented our garlic before it started going bad, this season's garlic. So there it is, our tomatoes, our mix.
Yeah, we like to make our own mix because we know exactly what's in it.
Right. And
no GMO garbage.
Right. So that's what we did.
All from our garden.
And so there are some things we had to buy, like the dehydrated bell peppers and stuff. But this year, we dehydrated some of our own. So in the future, pretty much everything in our salsa mix is going to come from our garden. Just thought I'd let you know. And if you have any questions about it, please ask us. We'd be glad to. Yeah, and if you've got any comments that'll help us do it better, that's fine. And
let us know what you do.
Right. And as far as the flubs in this video, and especially
they're going to make some good shorts.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just a sous chef. One of these days, Executive Chef Blondie is going to get me doing the right things, but there's never a chance that I'll be an executive chef.
Oh, please.
Anyway,
false humility.
Just thought I'd let you know the backstory on what we were doing.
Okay. All right. I'm going to give this a taste test before we put it into the water bath, just to see the degree of spiciness that we have in there. It is good. It does have a little kick to it. And it's delicious, and I just can't wait to have it on my chips. Happy cooking.